Hello, I am very apparent, and today, apparently, I am going to give you the weather. Potent storm moving and ushers across parts of California, Washington, and Oregon, and even more. Here we go to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Well, it seems that storm that we were talking about going through Washington, Oregon, and California right here, you can see that blue area, also went over to some of these other blue states like Colorado and that type of thing, Maine and Illinois and New York and a few others, Vermont, but mostly, okay, we are in with the red tide. Now let me show you what that has led to, okay? Here we go with more. Stick with me. It's not a chore, I promise. So that storm that I told you about, Californians are reportedly preparing to flee to countries pending some of those results from that storm, the red tide, I guess you would call it. I would like for the Californians to know that I hear that Africa is accepting people with open arms. Just a thought. Let's go on with more. So it's seeming to anger quite a few people over this storm we're having and this red tide. And it's really interesting that it's normally those on the left saying that those on the right want to take rights away and they're leading to a dictatorship. But yet it seems like those on the left are the ones making the biggest deal about freedom of speech, like wearing hats and saying things. And it's really interesting. It even flows over into the boys' room. Like right there. It's kind of interesting, the people that are saying it like over there. They also seem to say things like, the vote is stolen. It's interesting when those on the right had said that about when those on the left won, but now when it's our turn and we have won a lot bigger than any of the others, right? I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, you have to admit, when we make choices like this, by the way, this is, she got Woman of the Year, all right? And also someone that Biden chose for their stuff. And then you got over here, Robert, by the way, flipping amazing. Robert was actually the one that he did not follow Trump until he's talking to Trump and he says, Trump, well, what has changed? And Trump took and said, well, for my transition team, I am choosing all of my people. That way the country doesn't have to pay for it. I'm going to pay for it myself. And Robert says, really? And Trump says, yeah, I'm going to choose my own people. As a matter of fact, let's go on with that. By the way, Robert is the one that is going to be in charge of the FDA. I think that's a really good plan. What's your thoughts on it? I find it interesting that we fact-checked this one right here. And by the way, there was no proof, right? Those on the left kept saying this, right? But there's no proof. It wasn't anywhere. It wasn't in video. It wasn't in writing. But I want to put this up as my proof. Here you go. Why would Trump say that about military people if he would choose Mike Waltz, okay, as his national secretary advisor? By the way, Mike Waltz is a lifer in the military, all right? He's a Green Beret. He is flipping amazing and should be looked up to. And when you think about that, do you really think Trump said all of those things? By the way, if you're not liking the weather, then maybe you should stay inside, or you could follow California's lead and you could move elsewhere where the weather might not have such a red tide. In closing, I wanted to say this, all right? Believe it or not, we as Republicans, we on the right, all right, the red side, we accept you. We do. That's us down there. You see the Texas State on Dylan Mulvaney's shirt right there, okay? She actually did some threats too. Any of you Republicans that are feeling all of this animosity, okay, just know that it's kind of who we're dealing with. Try to have some empathy and remember that we are all human. This is the human race, okay? We are all created equally under God. So if you're really not understanding all of the hate and animosity, just take and go read some of the, I think they called it the black vote and the things like that. You'll really understand, because the problem that's going on is the Democrats have fallen into and went for their own fear mongering. And now they are really worried that the sky is honestly falling. So, look at those stories Those That Cried Wolf would be a really good one to read to your kids and help them understand. God bless. Have an amazing day. This is I'm a Parent's Weather Report for the day.